Welcome back to Midday. Rob Klassen joins us. How are you?
It's great to be here. I'm great, thank you.
It's good to have you on. You always bring the coolest stuff over from Wholesale Sports. So we're talking about surviving in the wilderness, or if you're working long hours out in the wilderness.
Working long hours or backpacking or anything where you need to heat something up, especially water, this is where you go to get it.
Exactly, and you don't want to be carrying around heavy stuff all the time either. So
you can't. It's too exhausting, and it's just impractical for when you're out in the wilderness.
Right, so you've brought a whole bunch of different little stoves and stuff that we can carry around.
The first thing I'd like to talk about is the Vital Grill. It's this stove here. And it's more of a survival type stove. It doesn't burn any fuel other than branches, twigs, mosses that you might find out in the wilderness. And what happens is it's powered by a power pack with two AA batteries in it, 2 fan settings, and an air setting also. And what happens is you put it together like this. I won't do it totally right today, but you with the fan, you can generate up to 20,000 BTUs, which makes it a very hot stove, and it'll boil water for you very, very quickly.
Nice.
It's a really nice, and it's new to our store, and it's basically new to the market, and I think it's very revolutionary. It's really
That one's a little bit heavier, though, you're saying, though, if you want to carry it around all the time, right?
I don't think I would take it backpacking with me, per se. It'd be something you keep in your vehicle. You take it on your ATV or your quad or your snowmobile or something along those lines. Yes,
one of these ones here are probably lighter and better for backpacking then.
They are. I have 2 brands that I'm going to talk about here. One's called the Jet Boil, and the other one is produced by a company called MSR. I'll talk about the Jet Boil first. It's very, very popular. People like it. People who are very concerned about lightweight backpacking will use a Jet Boil, or they'll use the MSR wind burner. What basically happens here is it's powered by, if you can see here, a canister that has condensed fuel in it. This heat flux ring that we see around here, it traps the heat, so it's very efficient. You're not wasting a whole lot of fuel just to heat up your pan or your pot. This will boil water, 2 cups of water in approximately 2 minutes.
Wow.
And it does work. It does do that.
That's excellent.
And the only real difference between this Jet Boil here, this is called the Jet Boil Flash, and this is called the Jet Boil Mini Mo. Basically, the Mini Mo has a simmer control.
Oh, okay.
So you can control the flame, whereas any of the other items I'm showing here is basically on or off, 100% or nothing.
Okay. But it's still good when you're out there and you have nothing, so to heat anything up.
That's right.
Better than having nothing at all.
And in most cases, you're boiling water for a hot drink or to add it to a dehydrated meal of some sort.
Right.
So that's more or less the purpose of it. It works very, very well for that. What I like, or what's unique about the MSR wind burner is it works a little bit differently in the sense where you have this ring here, and it works off radiant heat. So you can't see the flame.
Right.
And what's special about that is if you can't see the flame, neither can the wind.
Right.
So it's very, very protected from a windy atmosphere where it might blow out a flame.
Higher elevations and that sort of stuff?
Well, just anywhere that you're going to be exposed.
Right.
And the last stove I'm going to talk about here is it's made by MSR also. It's called the Universal, or the Whisper Light Universal. What's great about that is it'll burn different types of fuels. You can use a canister, a pressurized canister, or you can use white camping gas, or you can use kerosene in it.
Oh, wow.
And there's also other stoves out there that will burn diesel fuel and unleaded fuel and so on and so forth, in a pinch. And what makes this one a little bit better at a higher elevation or in really cold weather is that because you have liquid fuel, and the liquid fuel is heated actually in the flame before it actually goes up into the burner. And so at a higher elevation, you can control the pressure better. So at about 8,000 feet or above, you're going to do a lot better for efficiency. These all work, at great heights, but they're just not quite as efficient as, say, the Whisper Light Universal would be. Yeah,
so you got something for everybody, whatever needs that you are looking for, how to carry these into your backpack or to have on your ATV, as you mentioned, or whatever elevations you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and you've also brought some dehydrated foods as well. So, and you said these are decent tasting as well.
They are. I kind of brought some of my favorite flavors or my favorite meals because I can attest to them personally. I've used them in many situations, mostly in backpacking because they're light, they're dehydrated.
Right.
So all you need to do basically is warm up water. You heat it up to boiling, and it's usually around 2 to 2¼ cups.
Yeah.
And you let it sit for whatever the directions say, 5, 10, 15 minutes. And they really serve a purpose well. They actually have a great taste. One of my favorites is the pad thai.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's so funny to talk about dehydrated foods and be like, they're actually pretty decent.
Sure. Another one, the Alpine Air brand. I really like their chicken gumbo. It's got okra in it. It's spiced very nicely, and it's very, very filling.
Yeah.
The mac and cheese and the Mountain House brand, I've tasted that myself, and
That's awesome.
I'll do that again someday for sure. You know?
And you've also got dehydrated ice cream too. That's pretty cool. I remember having that like back in like grade 3 up at the college, and the NASA people came down and said that that's what they used to eat up in space.
It's great. I've tasted it, and I've opened up a package before, and when we had some Girl Guides in our store, and they tasted it, and it tastes just like Neapolitan ice cream.
It does.
It's just crunchy. That's all.
Exactly. It's more like candy and like toffee-ish. Yeah.
It is, and you know, it serves a purpose. It can be a nice little a light dessert in a meal after working hard all day, and it's your little reward.
It's not something you're eating every day. This is just for backpacking and outdoor purposes.
Yeah, it's probably not something you want to bring home, you know, to feed the family with.
Yeah, exactly.
You might not be that popular.
You might want to if you want to crack a joke or something, but yeah, it does. It serves its purpose.
It does serve its purpose, and it serves it well. It's lightweight. It provides a lot of calories, and it replaces the sodium you need in your system, and again, at the same time, it tastes really good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for bringing all this stuff on. If you'd like to get a hold of Rob and the team up at Wholesale Sports, all the info's on the screen for you there. They're more than happy to help you out.
Great to be here.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks so much. We've got more Midday coming up for you right after the break.